Yesterday we had America's biggest game in Super Bowl 60, and between the Seattle Seahawks' dominance over the New England Patriots, we had a bunch of awesome movie trailers, so let's talk about that. What's up everybody, welcome to the channel, I am Nick, and today we're going to be ranking all 9 Super Bowl trailers from the worst to the best. Now this is not a ranking off of how much I'm anticipating each of these movies coming out, this is strictly based off of how effective I thought the trailer itself was and how much I enjoyed watching it. Now before we begin, make sure to like this video as a clapperboard will appear, comment which trailer had you the most excited and what movie you're most excited to see, and subscribe down below. There's a subscribe button and a watermark down in this corner. Now with that said, let's begin. In last place, we have The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, I'm excited for this movie to come out. However, this trailer just felt more like an announcement of, hey, Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out into theaters in a couple months. Get the message out there. And seriously, the structure of this commercial felt like it was like a fragrance thing. You have Sam Elliott doing a deep narration over Mandalorian and Grogu in this carriage. You have slow-mo driving, slow-mo of just basically everything. It really feels like a fragrance commercial, or even like a car commercial. Like seriously, watch this TV spot or trailer, whatever you want to call it, and you cannot tell me you cannot hear like some sort of fragrance logo just popping up or whatever.
This is the way.
Then in 8th place, we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is just a 10-second stinger of Yoshi with Baby Luigi and Mario. They find this T-Rex, they annoy it, and then it starts chasing after them, and then they do the logo drop. It's just a harmless TV spot. They do nothing interesting, as we already saw this at the end of the second Mario Galaxy trailer, but it's just a harmless TV spot, more of an announcement to say, hey, Yoshi's gonna be in this movie if you haven't heard. That's all it was to me. Nothing bad, it's just kinda there. Then in 7th, appropriately, we have Scream 7. Now, I haven't seen any of the Scream movies. However, I have seen a lot of the disastrous production headlines that have come out with this movie where people are dropping out of the movie, they're bringing Neve Campbell back, Courtney Cox is going to be back, where when I watched this trailer, it really just feels like a nostalgia bait kind of cash grab for Scream 7. They do not know what to do now that Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega are not coming back, so they're just throwing out the whole nostalgia trick. That's what this trailer came off as to me. They have a really cool shot of Ghostface leaving this burning building and everything, but the rest of this just kind of felt like a generic slasher movie with Ghostface and Neve Campbell coming back. Maybe it'll surprise everyone and it'll turn out good, but honestly, based off this trailer, it doesn't look that promising to me. Then in 6th place, we have Hoppers. Now this is just a hyper-stylized TV spot of what we already saw in the trailers. Just a quick rundown of what the plot is of this girl whose mind is transferred into this beaver avatar, and she's going to be interacting with all the animals in the forest. This trailer at least gave us a little bit more of the vibe of what the animals' personalities are going to be in the forest and how the lizard meme is going to be in this movie with the phone and the emojis and everything. And to me, this just feels like a really fun Pixar film. Based off the concept of what we've seen, it looks like it'll be a mix of Avatar and The Wild Robot, and The Wild Robot was my favorite movie from 2024, so I'm all in on this concept. I think it looks really fun, and even though this was just a 30-second TV spot, it did enough for me to get even more excited and reaffirm that anticipation I had for Hoppers. Then in 5th place, we have Minions and Monsters. Now the actual TV spot for this was just one of the Minions. He's against a white background. He runs up to the camera and he's like, "Minion, Minion!" and he's pointing to the background and then he just faints. And then it's like, Minions and Monsters, full trailer online. Then you go online, watch the actual trailer, and it's just what the title says, Minions and Monsters. Now, what it's setting up is just a classic monster hunting tale, but it's with the Minions. They kind of set up this classic King Kong adventure where the Minions are finding these monsters for a movie. It looks like it's just harmless fun with the Minions, repeating the formula of what worked with the Despicable Me movies and the Minions films. And I enjoyed Rise of Gru. I thought that was a big improvement over the first Minions film, so it kind of just looks like more of that to me, which just harmless fun. Got me kind of excited for it, and that's exactly what this was supposed to do. More Minions, more fun. Then in 4th place, we have Disclosure Day. Now, we still do not have a whole lot of what the plot for this movie actually is, or what this is really about. It just looks like this really mysterious sci-fi thriller that Steven Spielberg's directing. Now, what we can gather from this is 100% another Steven Spielberg alien story. We've had Close Encounters, E.T., War of the Worlds. Like, this dude is obsessed with alien stories, but I love those movies, so I'm 100% down for what Disclosure Day has to offer. But there's a lot of mystery elements that we just do not know what a lot of this means. Like, we have animals entering bedrooms, we have whatever's going on with Emily Blunt's eyes, whatever experiment they're doing with that sci-fi stuff, and we have the weird signs on the ground, which is 100% an alien thing going on there, kind of reminiscent of the movie Signs that M. Night Shyamalan did. But it looks like we're going to be getting some action, mystery, sci-fi, even some horror elements, I would assume, from this. So if Spielberg delivers on all that at the level that we would expect Spielberg to be, I'm excited for it. Again, the trailer doesn't show off a lot of what this is going to be about, but it does create a lot of intrigue and mystery for me, and this is already one of my most anticipated films of the year. However, I don't think this trailer is as effective as the top 3. Then in third place, we have Supergirl. Now, this one aired originally during the Puppy Bowl, which, given the high emphasis of crypto throughout this whole trailer, I think that makes complete sense to do. Now, I liked how this trailer, even though I'm super excited for Jason Momoa as Lobo, and he looks really cool, I'm very happy they did a TV spot that wasn't focused on that, because there's so much talk around Lobo that I want more conversation around Supergirl herself as a character. And what I think this trailer does really well is showing a lot of the energy around what the movie will be, and also emphasizing the tone of the character of Supergirl. And I think that does a really good job of just creating that hook around who Supergirl is and the energy that she has. We also get to see some glimpses of what her origin is and like where she's from and everything. Kind of just more of that Supergirl focus from the previous trailers. And I think given the tone of what this showed, it's giving me Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 vibes, and given that I love Guardians 1, this movie has me really intrigued. I think I'm very excited for this movie. It's in my top 10 most anticipated for the year, and this trailer just got me even more excited for Supergirl. I really enjoyed it. Give us more crypto, please. The dog, not the currency. Then in second place, we have Project Hail Mary. Now, this final trailer brought a lot of attention to Ryan Gosling and that weird, like, space creature sidekick that he meets on the ship, and this definitely highlights the quirkier side of what this movie's gonna be. The first couple trailers, we had, like, dark space mission with some, like, MCU kind of humor surrounded in there, just some quirky offbeat moments. This trailer definitely shows the focus on that relationship and the more lighthearted side of this movie, but then the back half of this goes full on with the space visuals and showing just how good this movie's gonna look. And even though I was already planning on seeing this movie in theaters day one, I think this does a very good job of showing everyone, hey, this movie is going to look absolutely fantastic. See this on the biggest screen that you can. Go check this out in theaters. Honestly, I think this is probably the most underwhelming of the 3 trailers we had. We're mainly just focusing on that space creature relationship, which isn't bad at all. And even if this was just the first Project Hail Mary trailer I saw, I would still be very excited for what this movie would be. However, in first place was the shocking trailer that we got, which is The Adventures of Cliff Booth. Now, I don't think anyone expected to see a trailer for this because A, we don't know when it's even coming out. 2, no speculation of a trailer even happening for this thing, and it drops at the Super Bowl. I was not expecting that at all. But I think for a first reveal that this movie does a fantastic job at encapsulating what the vibe is going to be and what exactly a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie focused entirely on Cliff Booth would be about. What we see is someone seemingly recruiting Cliff Booth, and we have that interspersed with a bunch of action moments, primarily with a lot of cool looking car stuff. And this, I think, will have a darker tone than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I mean, just saying, the Manson family is in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I just said this is going to be darker than that. However, I just love how 70s this feels. We have, like, the late 70s rendition of the Peter Gunn theme, and that just really just shows how 1970s this is going to be, especially with how much Quentin Tarantino loves the 70s era for, like, action in movies like this. You have a Tarantino script with Fincher directing it. That sounds awesome. And this trailer showed exactly what that's going to be. Like, dark 70s styled, like, action movie. Brad Pitt looks awesome in this. The car stuff, I think, looks really cool. So this movie just skyrocketed with my anticipation for it, where I was a little weary about exactly, like, how this would turn out. But that trailer officially just has me sold. I'm really excited to see the adventures of Cliff Booth. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below which trailer was the most effective for you and what you're most excited about of any of these movies that had trailers. Maybe you're most excited for Super Mario Galaxy and I just made you really mad at me for saying I thought the TV spot was just kind of harmless. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to like, the clapperboard will appear, and subscribe. We are getting closer and closer to that 100 subscriber goal that I want at the end of 2026. We're at 49 at the time of recording this. I'm really hoping we can do it. We're looking like it can happen, which is making me very happy. Thank you all. Tune in for more videos like this.